I need to document what happened at White Pine. Not the sanitized version that'll end up in S.A.D.I's database, but what actually occurred. Maybe writing it down will help me make sense of it. Maybe it'll serve as a warning, or maybe it'll just prove I haven't lost my mind. 3 days ago, our unit received reports of anomalous broadcasts originating from the White Pine Radio Observatory. The facility had been officially decommissioned in 1997, but local HAM radio operators reported picking up signals from its frequency. Initially, we dismissed it as equipment malfunction or pirate radio activity. That changed when we heard the recordings. The broadcasts contained fragments of conversations, radio shows, and emergency alerts. Normal content for a radio observatory. Except these broadcasts discussed events that hadn't happened yet. Traffic reports warning of accidents that would occur hours later. Weather forecasts that proved eerily accurate. News reports about events still days away. Command suspected an ADL manifestation, possibly using the observatory's old equipment as an anchor point. Standard containment protocol. We've handled dozens of these. Agent Rivera and I were dispatched to investigate and neutralize any hostile entities. The observatory stood alone on the mountain, a massive white dish tilted toward the stars. No signs of forced entry or recent human activity. Everything was exactly as it had been left 25 years ago, down to the faded safety notices on the walls. The first sign something was wrong came when we tried to radio base. Instead of getting command, we heard ourselves, reporting in from 10 minutes ago. Then we heard ourselves reporting in from 10 minutes in the future. The conversations overlapped, creating a dizzying echo chamber of past, present, and future communications. Rivera suggested we split up to cover more ground. I heard myself agreeing, but I also heard myself refusing. Both conversations played out simultaneously on our radios, along with dozens of other variations. In some, we completed our sweep without incident. In others, we encountered something that made us scream. The possibilities branched endlessly, each one equally real. That's when I understood what we were dealing with. The ADL hadn't just infected the observatory's equipment. It had transformed the entire facility into a nexus point where multiple timelines converged. Every decision we made split reality further, creating new branches that the entity broadcast back to us. We found the main control room, or rather, we found hundreds of versions of it existing simultaneously. Banks of analog equipment hummed with impossible life. The radio telescope itself had become a vast ear pressed against the membrane between realities, drinking in signals from every possible version of itself. Rivera reached for the main power switch. I tried to stop her, or maybe I encouraged her, or maybe I did both, or neither. The timelines blur together now. I remember her flipping the switch. I remember the switch flipping itself. I remember the switch never being there at all. The next moment is fractured across countless possibilities. In some, we contained the entity. In others, it consumed us. In many, we simply ceased to exist as the timelines collapsed. I experience all of these outcomes simultaneously, my consciousness smeared across probability like static on a TV screen. I made it back to base, or at least this version of me did. But I can still hear the other possibilities playing out. Through every speaker, every radio, every electronic hum, I hear fragments of lives I could have lived. Deaths I could have died. Choices I never made. The entity isn't confined to White Pine anymore. It's using me, using all versions of me to spread. Each time someone reads this report, new timelines splinter off. You're creating them right now. Command, if you're reading this. Must understand that containment is impossible. The entity exists in too many timelines to be neutralized in any single one. Even this warning creates new branches where... Already too late. It's been too late. It will be too late. The radio telescope is still broadcasting. In every reality, in every timeline, that vast white dish turns slowly towards some distant signal. Listening, waiting, growing stronger. I can hear it now, bleeding through my keyboard as I type this. Countless versions of myself, writing countless versions of this report. Each one slightly different, each one equally true. This is Field Agent Marcus Chen, badge number... signing off.
Addendum. Upon investigation, no record of a Field Agent Marcus Chen exists in S.A.D.I. personnel files. White Pine Radio Observatory was destroyed by fire in 1994, 3 years before its alleged decommissioning date. When agents were dispatched to verify the site's current status, they found only empty foundation stones. The radio telescope dish was missing, leaving no evidence it was ever there. All attempts to locate Agent Rivera have been unsuccessful. Investigation ongoing.